I'm absolutely delighted for this episode of Aerospace in No Time to be joined by brand new Royal Aeronautical Society President, Dr. Alisdair Wood.
Thank you.
Alisdair, welcome to Aerospace in No Time podcast.
Thank you. Your first?
Yeah, your first time here and not the last. So you've been elected FRAeS President for 2025, 26. For non-members who are watching, listening to this, what does that entail?
Yes, thank you for inviting me, first of all. The President is effectively the front face of the Society. So we uphold the traditions of the Society, the ethos of the Society, and the aim is to get out and see as many people participate in as many events as possible, particularly branches, divisions, and corporate partners, and promote the Society within the larger community. One of the most notable things of being President is to chair the council meetings, which effectively looks after our learned output.
Okay.
And it's something I'm very much looking forward to.
Okay. And can you say about your day job? How does that fit in with your day job?
With difficulty, I think is the answer there. Yes, it is difficult trying to merge the two together, and there is a temptation to want to do everything in this year. The day job is down at Leonardo Helicopters in Yeovil, and where I'm safety manager down there, looking after our safety management system and our aviation risk. There's a lot of activity going on at Yeovil at the moment, so I have to make sure that I do blend the two well. But it does give an opportunity for developing some of our younger people and bring them on slightly faster than they'd originally intended. So looking forward to delegating out to the younger community.
Fantastic. And the President also gets to personally hand over FRAeS fellowship certificates as well, which a rather special 104-year-old got yesterday here at FRAeS HQ. Who was that?
That was an absolute delight. Colin Bell gave a wonderful talk yesterday evening on part of the FCAS summit. That was awe-inspiring. This is, I think, the only way I can describe it. Not only for his experiences, but the fact that at 104, he was very lucid, had some very interesting points, very much up to date with what's going on internationally. I was able to relate that back to his younger days. And to be able to present him with the fellowship certificate was actually a very emotional event. It was my first, and I can't think of a more befitting example as a debut for that.
Definitely.
So that was a very special event.
Wonderful.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so we're going to go to ask about your career path, but what sparked your interest in aviation aerospace in the first place? What was the thing that kind of...
Yeah, I think probably the initial spark. My parents worked over in Germany with the armed forces. My father was a civilian working for the armed forces over there, and I was shipped back to school in the UK. At the time, it was a delight because we had young flyers clubs. All the airlines provided those. And being a young flyer, you were invited into the cockpit, had a chat with the aircrew up in the cockpit, and were able to sit with them, watching their work flying across Europe. And that really sparked an interest.
Wow.
Unfortunately, it's an opportunity that has sadly gone, and it is a sad loss, just seeing how the sharp end works.
Yeah.
So that created the initial enthusiasm, and it just developed from there.
Okay. What about your career path from that on there to being head of safety at Leonardo?
Through school, my natural option were the sciences, and then engineering was a natural evolution. So aeronautical engineering was a natural home for me through the University of Bristol. Afterwards, I briefly went up to British Aerospace in the stress office, and then answered an advertisement in the Thursday Telegraph, of all things, to join the flight test department down in Yeovil.
Okay.
I was successful. That was a very exciting time. At the time we were developing a brand new vehicle, or vehicles, we had more than one at the time, and we were introducing new avionics into that, recognising at the time that the avionic fit was about half the development programme for the vehicle. First time we had introduced a glass cockpit and all the avionics that went there, on top of doing the vehicle testing. Very exciting times and lots of learning, lots of new things to do. Every day was different, and that was fun. From there, went into core engineering, project engineering, and then into customer support as the aircraft went into service. So I spent a lot of time with the Royal Navy and the Royal Air Force, and safety became a natural home for me in the company.
Okay. And jumping ahead slightly, because you mentioned sort of being a flight test and safety, I understand that you are one of a handful of people in the world to have bailed out of a helicopter in an emergency and survived to live the tale to tale. This is 30 years ago.
It was, yes.
Yeah.
30 years ago last month, in actual fact. So we've just had our 30th, I don't call it an anniversary, a commemoration of the event. But yes, on a test flight, we suffered a mechanical failure and the aircraft was unrecoverable and the four of us bailed out.
Wow.
We believe it's the only time a full crew has survived that sort of incident on a helicopter.
Wow.
Others have bailed out of helicopters in emergency situations, but unfortunately there's not all the crew have survived.
Right.
So we are a unique group. We did meet up recently. We are all still around, which is very, very enjoyable to and thankful that we are still all around.
Wow. Okay. Incredible. What an incredible story. Yeah. So you've been acted as the chair of the Yeovil branch committees, Learn Society Board, Education Skills. So you've done quite a bit of council, yes. Trustees. What does the experience bring to being president?
It's a great opportunity because I've, as you rightly point out, I've been involved in a lot of committees and boards, and as a consequence, I actually understand how the society works, both its strengths and its weaknesses. It's also given me a great deal of variety in the society, and I've met lots of fascinating people. I've met lots of fascinating companies and the staff as well. So becoming president, I can bring all that together and take that forward. I'm very much looking forward to doing so.
Brilliant. And so every president has their presidential themes.
Yes.
So what are your big presidential themes? What can we look forward to, and why?
I think the first one will be no surprise: aviation safety and risk management. I am absolutely convinced that by understanding our risks better, we can push technologies further and faster.
Okay.
The NASA did it so very well in the 1960s in the Apollo programs. They understood the risks and they were able to push the boundaries using that. I think we've forgotten a lot of that learning from back then.
Right.
And I'd like to really dwell on that. Particularly with the pace of innovation at the moment, we need to accelerate how we bring innovation into the market, but we need to do it safely. And then the two have to be compatible.
So that's that kind of the Gene Kranz kind of approach there to
fail fast but fail safely.
Yeah. Okay.
And move forward. My second theme, and it's a recurring theme that we hear throughout the society and the global community, is the development of our people.
Yeah.
We also talk a lot about our development of our young people. I'd like to expand that out to the development of all of our people right the way through their careers and their working lives. Keeping up to date is so very important, and continuous professional development is a major element of that, and we need to work on that.
And that's one of the places where the RS can play a key role in our conferences, our networking, the magazine, or the journal, on keeping abreast of fast moving stuff. Yes. We just talked about earlier on AI.
Absolutely, AI and cybersecurity being two great examples.
Yeah,
and how we develop that into our daily working lives.
Okay, and is there a third one?
The third one's actually supporting the core society themes, sustainability being probably the biggest of those.
Okay.
As we go on through.
Okay.
It's only a year. There is a temptation to, as proverbial, boil the ocean. We must try and avoid that.
Yeah.
And I'd like to focus on primarily those two in supporting sustainability activity.
Okay. What are you most looking forward to in your presidential year? I mean, there's a lot of things to do. We don't want to do everything, but any sort of upcoming highlights?
People, meeting people. I'm a very strong advocate of the branch network.
Yeah.
I think it's a fantastic. It's something uniquely to the society. A lot of our other institutions, etc., do not have that sort of network around the country and around the world. And I'd like to very much participate in the branches, get involved with corporate partners and the divisions, and I'm very much looking forward to meeting lots of people, having lots of good discussions, stimulating lots of good debates.
Okay, so if you're watching this or you're listening to the local branch and you want the president to come around, start booking now. He's going to be busy.
It has started already, I'm afraid. But yes,
we also have the conference coming back in October, haven't we? We've got the People in Aerospace conference. Can you say anything about that?
Yes, it's still in development, as you'd expect at this range, but it's starting to mature. I actually have a review next week, so it is still work in progress, but it is following that theme of how do we develop our people.
Yeah.
And there are some elements of that. Mental well-being is playing a major role in our industry, and that will be integrated into the conference. Very much looking forward to a very busy 2 days.
Okay, yeah.
It'll unfold and get involved in it.
Okay, we obviously have the FRAeS annual banquet tonight, where a lot of the past presidents and all kind of gather. Have you had any advice from past presidents on how to survive, enjoy the experience? If so, what tips did they give you?
Every tip has been consistent. Enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Yeah.
Enjoy it. The year is going to go very quickly, and enjoy every minute of it. Unfortunately, it is only a year.
Yeah.
So it has to be relished.
Yes.
And develop fond memories. They've all thoroughly enjoyed their times, and they say it's a great year, and meeting lots of people.
Excellent. I think you're also the first president which I think, to my knowledge, has also referenced the Glastonbury Music Festival in your first message, and also the Guild of Aviation Artists exhibition. Yes. And that's perhaps a reminder that in our mission statement it says further the advancement of aeronautical art as well as the science and engineering. So, what part do you think art plays in our sector? Inspirational?
I think art is huge. One of our young members down in Yeovil provided with us a fantastic lecture on art in the space age.
Oh, wow!
And it highlighted how art, both from Russia and the American point of view, influenced public opinions. And without it, particularly in America, Russia was a slightly different political environment, shall we say, but particularly in America, it got the public behind the Apollo program, without which that program probably would have floundered due to political pressures.
Yeah.
So it just highlights how big aviation art can be.
Yeah.
And you look back into the 1930s and some of those wonderful posters promoting air travel and promoting aviation. People going to air displays, etc. So I think it's huge.
Yeah.
The Guild of Aviation Artists annual exhibition is a delight. It's great fun. The talent there is awesome. And I'm lucky because I get to pick and present the Westland Leonardo Trophy for the best rotary wing picture.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
Yeah,
thoroughly recommend everyone having a visit to the Shuttleworth collection. There's an added bonus there. You get to see the Shuttleworth collection and go and see the talent on display. Yeah,
I mean, just on your point, we're here at the FCAS summit this past couple of days, and just on your point of art driving public opinion or driving interest, it's amazing how future fighters at the moment are grabbing people's attention, or glimpses of future fighters, or renderings, and that's helping drive interest and sort of support. Okay, I think we're about to come on to sort of at the end of time here, but for any young people watching, listening to this podcast and thinking, how do I get to be president of the Royal Aeronautical Society? How do I get to be head of safety? How do I not bail out of a helicopter? What advice would you give?
From the society perspective, is get involved. I've found it thoroughly rewarding. It's one of these organisations that the more you put in, the more you get out. We have branches, we have specialist groups, we have lots of committees. Find one that suits your particular learning and get involved. And then you will get an awful lot out of it. You meet lots of people, fantastic network. You'll develop friends that will endure right the way through your working life. That is my advice. Just participate.
And we have the next generation board as well.
Yes.
We've got kind of events going on all around there. We've got the Aero Society Lates as well. So we've got film nights, we've got quiz nights, gaming nights. So yeah, brilliant.
And it's worth saying is it's not just engineers, it's not just aircrew, it's the entire sector.
Yeah.
So we have to ensure that we embrace everyone within the sector, And we have specialist groups, aeromedicine, air law, they're all out there. Get involved. Enjoy it.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much for your time today, Alisdair. We're really looking forward to your presidential year and having you as our president. So,
Thank you very much.
All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.